I want to have a discussion and speculate on where the prices are going to be for PSA 10 cards in Prismatic Evolutions. And the reason why I bring this up is because Terrestrial Festival, which is Prismatic Evolutions on the Japanese side, you know, the PSA 10 cards aren't as crazily priced compared to the just raw card. And the reason for that, as we all know, is because the Japanese cards have way better quality. So if you compare the PSA 10 price versus the just raw price, the difference is not that crazy. However, on the English side, the cards tend to usually not be as good quality, and the PSA 10 cards versus just the raw cards, there tends to be more of a disparity in the English side rather than the Japanese side. So today, all I wanted to do is just look at the prices of the PSA 10 cards in Terrestrial Festival. Just look at them, and then I want you guys in the comments below to give me your guesses based on the past qualities we've seen with other sets, and take a guess. And what do you think the differences are going to be between the raw cards versus the PSA 10 cards? Because like I said, for the Japanese side, the difference is pretty minuscule. It's like a few $100. It's nothing crazy. But on the English side, like if they are like pretty hard to hit, like for tens, and the quality maybe isn't that great, I mean, we could see PSA 10 cards go for some pretty insane amounts. But on the Japanese side, the PSA 10 cards really aren't going for anything crazy. So all I did was just take like the top few cards here, like I don't know how many cards at the top, like 7 cards, to just show you guys the prices of the PSA 10s on the Japanese side. And in the comments below, I want you guys to speculate and get your guesses in on where do you think the PSA 10 prices are going to be on the English side. So these are all sold listings I'm showing you here. Some of them don't say sold listing because they have still some available, but these are all taken from sold listings, so these have actually sold for these prices. So you can see here the Master Ball, the reverse, which is the most expensive card in Terrestrial Festival. The PSA 10 is only going for $555. Now you might be like, why are you saying it's only a $555 card? Well, if you compare it to the raw price, the difference is not that extreme. I feel like on the English side, if it is way harder to hit, I feel like this card could see some crazier numbers than only $500, because honestly, a $500 PSA 10 Umbreon Reverse Master Ball, it could be crazier on the English side 100%, but on the Japanese side, it's to be expected that quality is better. So it's not that expensive in my opinion, and we'll see where this goes on the English side. Personally, honestly, depending on how high in the pull rates, how they are on the English side, I could see this possibly maybe being close to $1,000. To be honest, I know that might sound crazy as of now, but if the pull rates aren't that easy, if the quality isn't as, obviously it's not going to be as easy as the Japanese side, but if it is pretty hard to hit tens, I could see it being $1,000. I mean, we see the Pikachu, for example, the PSA 10, I'm not exactly sure what they're going for, but I know they're in the thousands, so I could see this, if it's pretty hard to pull, being in the $1,000 range on the English side. Then the next card, surprisingly, they're about the same price. The Umbreon, just SAR, or on the English side is going to be the SIR, is basically the same price as the Master Ball, which is surprising because the Master Ball, I feel like, would have a since it's like a harder chase, especially on the Japanese side, that'd be less expensive because this is just an SAR, but it's basically the same price as the Master Ball Reverse, which is sort of interesting to see. But some people are speculating this is going to be the next Moonbreon thing, so we'll see if that happens. Next here we have the Sylveon SAR. Now the Sylveon SAR is pretty expensive, it's $300. But yeah, definitely all these prices, I mean, if you compare it to the English, they are going to be totally different. But $300 for the Sylveon. The next here we have the Espeon, which is $215. $215. I'm telling you, for these PSA 10 cards, and it's not crazy expensive. Definitely, like all these, I think are going to be more expensive on English. The Vaporeon is $250. The Leafeon is $200. And surprisingly, this is like the only listing I could find, but this one ended at $130 for the Sylveon Master Ball Reverse, which I don't believe this is a correct price. I think this is way too cheap, but just want to show this in the prices of these PSA 10 cards. I guess just to show you guys what they're at, and when Prismatic Evolutions comes out, we'll see where the prices are for these cards. And definitely, if the cards are way harder to grade, that is going to take a huge effect on the prices of Prismatic Evolutions, the products, and just the cards in general. And definitely, if the PSA 10 cards are a lot more expensive than the Japanese side, the set is probably going to go pretty crazy if people find that it's hard to grade these. And yeah, we'll see what happens, but it's all speculation. We don't know the pull rates. We don't know the card quality. That all really matters for the prices of, PSA 10s and just the raw cards and just the product and how the set is going to perform in the future. So that's all I want to talk about today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.